Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy True Inferno here, and Gen 3 is out. But a lot of info came out as well, and it's a bit confusing. There's some disputes going on within this new info. So hopefully I'm here to break it down. I can't decide which info is correct and which one is not. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on all this, and you're probably wondering what you're talking about. But yeah, as you know, when Gen 3 dropped, which was this past Friday, by the way, today's date is Sunday, December the 10th, a lot of info came out. Move changes, the weather came out, CP boosting, stat boosting, and all this stuff, and even some behind the scenes info that came out as well. And a lot of it was jumbled up, like we don't know what to believe. Some people say this is going on, some people say that is going on. So I'm here to present to you everything that was reported to me or that I discovered so far. Now there's some info that came out that is not disputable, that is absolute. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on that. And before I get to this, I want to let you guys know that I released 3 videos this weekend. So one of them was late. This was yesterday's video. I apologize for that. I really wanted to release 2 videos yesterday, but I was out last night playing Pokemon Go with me and 3 others, and that was really fun. And the videos didn't get done rendering until really late, so I apologize for the late video. And then the other video that I wanted to release yesterday, I'm gonna release today. It's already out now, by the way. It should be out now by the time this one drops. And then this one gonna drop today as well, you know, the same day I'm recording this. So with that out the way, let's get on to the confusing data. So let's focus on the more disputable data that is presented to us. And the first one is the raid bosses. So basically, when the weather is going on and your raid boss get that boost, the CP changes. We don't know what the max CP is, meaning we don't know what's considered to be perfect IV. So if you look on the screen right now, you will see a chart of every single raid boss that is going on in the game right now, that is active in the game rather. So we're not going to focus on tier 1 with the exception of that magic card, which could be a shiny, and a lot of people want the 100% IV magic card. So if it's not raining, it's still 125 CP. I caught one of those from a raid. And if it is raining, then according to Gamefreak, you see the source on the bottom left, according to Gamefreak, it is 157 CP. Now we're gonna move on over to tier 2, and there's 2 that you should really focus on. The first one being the Sableye, because you can catch a shiny Sableye. But as far as stats, things of that nature, not really, because you ain't gonna use it. Now the second one is that new Gen 3 raid boss right there, the one with the face, and then on the side of the face is the big mouth. I forgot the name of it, and I'm gonna let you guys know right here right now, I am going to botch just about every single one of these Gen 3 names, or I'm not gonna know, so forgive me for that. But yeah, here's the stats for that. When it is snowing or cloudy, its CP will jump up to 1060, and that's its max CP. That's 100% IV. When it's not snowing and clouding, then you're looking for an 848 as a 100% IV. Now tier 3, there's nothing there that is what, well, with the exception of the Machamp, obviously the Machamp, maybe the Alakazam, maybe, you know, obviously the Omastar, obviously. So you can look through those at your own discretion. And tier 4, there's only 2 that really, no, 3 at the most that you can look at. But I'm only focusing on the one at the bottom, and that's the Absol, where you can get a shiny version of it. You can get that from a raid boss. It was reported that somebody did get that already. I seen pictures of somebody get the other one, the other Gen 3 raid boss as a shiny. I saw a picture of that, and that looked dope, by the way. But look at the stats. So if it's not foggy, and that's gonna be a row, then the stats gonna be 1303, that's a 100% IV one, but when it is foggy, it'll jump up to 1629. But the biggest confusion going on right now is at tier 5, the legendaries, and that's Ho-Oh. So according to this chart, Puppet IV when it's not sunny / clear, or when it's not windy, it's still 2222. But I'm hearing reports that that's changed to somewhere in the 2300s. So who knows how that's going to go. But at the same time, this was reported from normal people. I have not seen any source to back that up. Everybody's saying, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong. And I'm like, where's your source to back it up? And I haven't seen any source. So at this point in time, I am still rolling with the 2222 as 100% IV when it does not receive a weather boost. Now let's talk about what happens when it does receive a weather boost. Now according to Gamefreak, it says that its CP goes up to 2778. and that is higher CP, and that's 100% IV. But yet the likes of Training Tips and others are saying no, that is actually 2902. And it's weird because remember, Friday I was rating doing the whole and my CP was 2879 and it ran for me. So and then this chart came out a day later. I'm like, what is this? And I'm hearing that they nubbed some of these CPs and these stats down when the weather's going on, things of that nature. So what do you believe? Do you believe that this chart is correct, especially when it comes to Ho-Oh? And does it even matter because remember, Ho-Oh going to rain in 4 days. That's right, the 14th of this month, Ho-Oh is gone. So does it really matter for the most part? I mean, yeah, it matters for the next 4 days, but in the long run, does it really matter? So yeah, there's that chart. The link to that will be in the description box below. If you disagree with the chart, I'm not saying I'm going with the chart because that's the only, but at the same time, that's the only source that I have right now. If you have a source to go against this chart, and you know, saying that 2902 is the max CP under the weather conditions, and it's without the weather conditions 23 something. Link that source. Link that source in the, not the description, but in the comment section below. Link it. Don't just say it and don't bring any proof because I won't believe you. And so link it. Give me a source. Give me proof that this is incorrect. I'm not saying this is the, this is the absolute one all be all because I don't know. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know what to believe, what not. So if you have any evidence to go against what I presented to you just now by Game Press, link it in the comment section below and I'll look at it. I'll put it in the description and I may even do another video on it. Now let's move on from this and let's talk about another confusing bit of info that's going on, and this one isn't really fully in the game yet, which is kind of odd. So I'm talking about Mew and Celebi. So if you was watching Trainer Tips video when he explained these changes, he said that Mew buddy distance went up from 5 kilometers to 20, while Celebi's distance, buddy distance rather, went down from 20 to 5. However, if you watch Mystic 7's video where he tried to explain these changes, he's basically said that, if memory serves me correctly, both of them went down from 20 to 5. Well, so that's interesting. So I forgot exactly where Training Tips got his source from, but I found a site that explains his side to the story, and that's again Game Press. Game Press basically said that Mew goes up from 5 to 20, Celebi goes down from 20 to 5, but Pokemon Go Hub says that both of them goes from 20 to 5. Now, at least 1 or 2 people told me that Pokemon Go Hub is a site that you should not be trusting. So which one you should roll with, Pokemon Go Hub or Game Press? But then again, if you go back to the whole where the boost with the raid bosses, Game Press is the only one that I saw that have a source, that have info, things of that nature. So which one do you believe? Like, do you believe the whole both of them go from 20 to 5, or that one goes to 25 and the other goes from 5 to 20? Which one do you believe? And if you get a third source outside of Game Press and outside of Pokemon Go Hub. Now there's other websites. I found one that said the same bit of info that Pokemon Go Hub put out there, and they listed them as a source. So if you find a third source that did not get data from Game Press or Pokemon Go Hub, so again, this is a neutral site. They did not rely on Pokemon Go Hub. They did not rely on Game Press. If you find a neutral site that explains the buddy distance for Mew and Celebi, again, leave it in the comment section below. I'ma look at it, and more likely I would do a video about it. Now, with all the conflicting info out the way, let's talk about the stuff that is in the game, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on here. So there's, as you can see in this chart right here, there's a grand total of 55 Gen 3 Pokemon that is in the game right now. 5 of them was already in the game. We talking about the ghost Pokemon going back to the Halloween event. So this data here, this chart here tells you the 55 Gen 3 Pokemon that's in the game, which ones are hatchable, which eggs they could be hatched from, which ones have shinies that's in the game already, and which ones are raid bosses. So this chart right here and all this info will be in the description box below, so you can look at it at your own leisure. So yeah, there you go with that. A part of that 55 Gen 3 Pokemon that was released in the game, 4 of them are region exclusives. Yes, I crap you not. Now if you're in the United States like I am, we have access to 2 of them. So if you look at this chart right here, we got Plusso and Zangoose. We got both of those. But on the other half of the entire world, they got Venom and Survivor, which kind of sucks. I really like Survivor. So right now, Training Tips is in the Philippines, so he have access to Minum and Survivor. So he better find that Survivor before he leaves, so he can easily get all 4 of these Gen 3 region exclusives. So that's kind of crazy right there. And last but certainly not least, we got move changes in the game. Now the number 1 move change right now is Gyarados with Waterfall. That right now is the most deadliest water type move as a quick attack, that is, in the game. So if your Gyarados have Waterfall, Hydro Pump, that move is beast. But you gotta be careful though, because Bite and Crunch is good against Mewtwo. So if you got an EX raid, you may not want to invest every single one of your Gyarados towards Waterfall, Hydro Pump. So you want to go half and half, like Waterfall, Hydro Pump, Gyarados here, Bite, Crunch, Gyarados here for Mewtwo. But let's look at the other move changes. So Raihan loses Mega Horn and can now learn Surf. Really? But isn't water good against rock? What? And this is a charge move. So both of these are charge moves. So out with old, in with new, obviously. Sea King can no longer learn Poison Jab and can now learn Waterfall. So that's interesting. That's actually not bad, actually. Lapras can no longer learn Ice Beam and now can learn Surf, which it's in between, because yeah, Lapras should learn Surf just like in the game, but to get rid of Ice Beam ain't no joke. I got some Laprases that know Ice Beam. I'm not changing that moveset at all, man. So yeah, there you go with that. Feraligatr can no longer learn Water Gun and it can learn Waterfall, so that's pretty interesting. Politoed can no longer learn Earthquake, instead it can learn Surf. I guess. Kidra can no longer learn Waterfall, or Water Gun, excuse me, but it can learn Waterfall. And Suicune, and this one a lot of people are happy about, can no longer learn Hidden Power, but it can learn Snarl. So basically, and I forgot to mention this, you know, the Poison Jab, obviously Quick Attack along with Dragon Tail. Oh yeah, that's right, Gyarados loses Dragon Tail. I forgot to mention that one. I forgot what it lost, but talked about what it gained. Also, Ice Beam is a charge move, Surf is a charge move, obviously. Water Gun is a quick move, obviously. Earthquake was a charge move. And Hidden Power was a charge move, meaning Snarl is a charge move, rather. And one more thing that I like to talk about before I sign off is the weather boost itself. So obviously, we all should know this. If you go to Pokemon Go's official website, it have it right there. So basically, when it's sunny or clear, that means expect to see grass, fire, and ground Pokemon popping up. Rainy will mean water, electric, and bug. Partial cloudy, that was the question mark. We now know what that is. Normal Pokemon and rock. Cloudy means fairy, fighting, and poison. Expect to see a lot of that, unfortunately. Windy, expect to see flying, dragon, and psychic. Snow, I'm going to be seeing a lot of that for the next 3 months or so. Expect to see ice and steel. And finally, fog, which is going to be rare. Expect to see dark and ghost type Pokemon. Now there's one more thing that I like to bring up, and that's the extreme weather conditions. So I experienced that last night. I did. So it was under 30 degrees and that warning popped up. Now I believe that's the reason why it popped up, because it was under 30 degrees last night. We were near the river, or the river that separates Detroit, Michigan, USA from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So yeah, it was kind of cold down there, especially if you're not bundled up. So we got the extreme weather conditions, probably because it was under 30 degrees. So it's not because, oh, forest fires out in Cali. It's not just that, but I got it in Detroit, Michigan, downtown Detroit last night, probably because it was too cold. The game considered it too cold to play Pokemon Go under 30 degrees. All right, and there's one more thing I have to bring to you guys' attention before I sign off here, and that's the Stardust boost, which was confusing at first, but after talking it over with the group I was with last night, we finally came to a conclusion, and I'm gonna try my very hardest to explain this to you guys so you can understand it, because I will be, stumbling here. I'm letting you know right now. So here we go. Let's say, for example, you were catching a Pokemon that have 2 evolved forms, right? So let's say Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. So if it was raining, Because normally when you catch a Pokemon and it don't have the weather boost, you get 100 starters. Now let's say the weather boost came in, it's raining. So you catch a Squirtle, you get the normal 100 plus 25 because it's raining. Now let's say a Wartortle pops up. You would catch it under the rain weather boost, so that's 100 starters plus 75 extra for the weather boost. So we're talking a 50 starters difference in the weather boost, from 25 if it was a Squirtle to 75 if it's a Wartortle. Now let's say a Blastoise popped up and it's raining still, and you catch it. So again, so now you get the 100 normally for catching it, the 100 starters. And then for the weather boost, we are talking 175 extra for the weather boost. So we went from 25 for Squirtle to 75 to Wartortle. So that's different. That's 50 right there. And then from 75 to 175 for Blastoise. So now that's 100 starters difference right there. So that's the formula that we talked about and we gathered. So if we were to compare this to something like Rhyhorn and Rhydon, I always get these ones mixed up. I believe Rhydon is the one on 4 legs. You would get, and it was sunny or clear, you would get 100 plus 25. But if it was the evolved form, which I believe is Rhyhorn, you would get 100 plus 75. And because it don't have a third form, you won't get that 175 weather boost, anything like that. So that's the explanation for the starters you would get under the weather conditions. So that's it for all the news and info that took place when Gen 3 dropped. So again, we've gone into the first 2 bit of data that I talked about. The whole raid bosses getting that CP boost due to the weather, and the buddy distance for Mew and Celebi. Again, if you have sources that are neutral, meaning they did not take from Pokemon Go Hub, they did not take from Game Press or anything like that, link them in the comment section below. I will look at them and I will talk about them more than likely in an upcoming video. Speaking of upcoming videos, I'm gonna take a break for this Tuesday because I came out with 3 videos for you guys. So enjoy those 3. I will be back with you guys with a brand new video on Thursday, this coming Thursday. So with all that said, man, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and happy huntings on G3, happy huntings on the raid bosses, and see you guys next time. Ho-oh!